fact.
Please, Honorable Minister, we will call you when you have to come. Just calm down.
You will
talk. You will have your time. You will have your time. Honorable Minister, you will have your time. You will have your time.
Yes, no fairness here. It's a trap. It's a trap, but I'm not going to jump into it.
Thank you, Chairperson.
I will not jump into the trap.
Please, Honorable Minister,
I fear nothing. I've stolen nothing.
Honorable Minister, you will have your time to talk.
Tampered with anything. That's why I not fear anybody. I'm not
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister.
Honorable Minister, we are working with records. We are working with records. We are working with records.
Yeah, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, hold on. Chairperson, seriously, Chairperson.
I'm Permanent Secretary with DFA. Last time when we came, that was on Thursday, we did raise an issue of African First Lady Peace Mission project. Unfortunately, we didn't get any cogent answer to the issue, and it was carried over to today. So now that we are here, Honorable Minister, could you please educate the committee on the functions of African First Ladies Peace Mission project, taking into cognizance of funds allocated for the project in the past? Year 2020, 500 million, 2021, 225 million, 2022, 500 million, 2023, 150 million. Where is the office situated and their organogram? 150 million naira was appropriated in 2023 Act. Throw more light on how the money was expended and on what projects. The committee is aware that equipment have been purchased and supplied to the above named office, but payment is here to be made. Honorable Minister, could you please explain? Then let me go further. Furnish the committee with the following information: award letter, bill of quantity, details of contractor, evidence of payment, and project completion certificate. Thank you.
Because there are so many other questions that came up before this, and they mentioned what have we been doing, that like the honorable member, the other side said, he said that women are very important in Nigeria.
Sorry, madam. Sorry. Just answer this question. The question she asked, please.
Okay, you mentioned about First Ladies Funds. The 500 million you were talking about, I wasn't there when it happened. When I came in, I saw it on the Appropriation Act. And I went to my First Lady, we discussed. She said that particular money was not meant for her, that it was meant for the former First Lady because that was when that money was allocated. And the former First Lady later called me and said they wanted to use it and buy generator. And in the process, she was out of the country. It took her a while. She came back, called me, and she brought the person that was going to come and organize on how they would get the generator. And I introduced that person to the procurement officer then, who is now retired, so that they could work it out according to the rules and regulations of procurement. And they've been on it. Once in a while, I talk with the First Lady to find out what's going on, and that's the last I heard of that. And if not that the money of this year has been delayed, I'm sure we wouldn't be here today because we could have paid out some of these liabilities. But since this year, no project money has been released to any ministry, and that was a constraint.
Okay, thank you. I think that matter is 2020.
I wouldn't know that. No. Let me explain. This is First Lady's. My First Lady will tell you, focus on your work, and she focuses on her work. She just advises me. And when they came there, I am not a First Lady, and I can't overstep my bounds. All I went to tell her that there is some amount of money on the Appropriation Act. And I went there to tell her that I have no business much to do with First Ladies' buildings. because I have to only take directives when given, and I've never been invited to come there, ma'am. To explain myself, sir.
Okay.
Please give me the opportunity.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not accountant to know how much cash they have in their bank statements. All I can see is the appropriation paper, the budget. And it was right there in the budget of last year. It was there.
Sorry, please, my question is, the money was budgeted by the last First Lady. And they met...
No, it was budgeted by the ministry. I don't know about the First Lady budgeting.
I'm speaking based on what you have said. And you said when the First Lady contacted you, and now ask you, is it the former First Lady that contacted you that the money is going to be used for the generator or not? Because that's what you said.
No, sir,
that's number
please.
one. Sorry, let me just finish. Second question is, if either the first or the last First Lady, did the request for the generator go through the normal procurement procedures? So if it is so, who approved that this should go through that process?
Let me start by still, I can't even remember the first question. That's why I wanted to answer it.
Was it the last First Lady that requested that the money should be used for the purchase of the generator, or the current First Lady?
It is difficult for me to equally answer this. The director will come up with it. The important thing is the money meant for the First Lady's mission. What was requested?
No, Madam Minister, just a minute. He asked a question. Just answer. It's a straightforward question. Is it the former one or the present one?
I can't answer that because I don't know who requested. It was supposed to go to procurement.
You said one First Lady called you. Can you confirm who called you?
No First Lady called me. I called. I never said a First Lady called me, please, ma'am. I said I called to say this is what I saw on the appropriation paper. That was what I said.
Sorry, please. Let me just finish my question.
Honorable member.
Oh, please.
Okay. You said the money was used for the generator.
I never said that. You people were not listening. I said when I saw for First Lady's mission, that was the name of the
money is used for what? Maybe you can.
I don't know whether.
Maybe you repeat what.
No, listen. I don't know whether it has been used or not. We directed them, anything that will be done is supposed to go through procurement, the normal process. And
okay, thank you very much.
I don't know.
I
never even met the person handling it. I don't know who the person is.
Procurement officer, please, can you come in here, please?
23 appropriation carry First Lady job procurement process was carried out on the project. The project was awarded. But I don't know, they have not, it is ongoing.
Is the minister aware of the project or not? Yes or no?
Due to the process of the ministry, he only aware in the beginning.
Yes or no?
I'm not, I don't know.
I am not getting very comfortable anymore because I don't even understand this question. The procurement do their job. I don't get myself involved. It's supposed to go through the normal process, and that normal process, I believe that's what they're in. Whether minister knows this or not, I don't understand that question because let me explain myself. I don't get myself involved.
Madam, hold on, please.
Get myself involved.
Procurement officer, finish your explanation, please. Use your mic.
Procurement process was carried out on the ERGP. Award was made. African Peace Mission. The end user, that's the secretariat of the African Peace Mission, they wrote to us signify what they want to use the fund for. And we carry out the procurement process on it.
But hold on, there's an office. The minister said she doesn't even know the office. Is there an office? You said there's a secretariat.
Yes, a secretariat.
Okay, and the minister does not know the place?
It's relatively new to know some things.
Okay, go ahead.
Am I supposed to know the place?
It's not necessary for her to know. It's just a document that
I have to be
there's a document sent to us from them, and we work on the document. We carry out the procurement process through the advert, and the winner emerged. We awarded it.
Procurement, please, 1 minute. I'm surprised. That's not a question that's supposed to come from you, because this thing is budgeted for in your ministry. You bring up money to do something, and we should know where the money is going to. Is it too bad for us to ask that? We should know. No.
I want to.
I'm still on. This is Minister of Women Affairs. I counted 2020, you exonerated yourself. 2021, you exonerated yourself. 2022. Now 2023, where is the office? You cannot be taking out money. You cannot, somebody cannot tell you to buy generator. Where are you taking the generator to? No, now, please, Nigerians.
No money has been taken out.
Have we gone wrong in doing that?
No money to Minister of Women Affairs. Things were different as it is today. What they were doing before and what we changed.
Madam, on this matter, you don't know anything on it.
How can I start where you people are without me saying the things we changed and why things are different? No. Then I'm not giving a fair hearing here. I should be giving a fair hearing.
The subject matter.
No, you can't jump to that and tell me subject matter. I should be giving a fair hearing here. I have the right to explain myself. That is a right.
Yes, you want to say something?
Minister, the chairperson was very clear right from the word go that this is not an exercise to witch hunt anybody. What the committee is interested in is to get explanation on certain areas of reservations. I think it will do us well if we restrict ourselves to you will have an opportunity if you want to have an engagement with the committee on things that you're doing, the changes you're bringing to the ministry. We can provide another forum to have that engagement. This is specifically targeted at certain areas of reservation. And with that said, I think what I may want to add, especially to the permanent secretary, who is the chief accounting officer of the ministry, I think we should be able to, we should have guided the minister properly. Any budget item that is resident in your ministry, the ministry have full responsibility and should be able to give account on it. Whether or not it's attached to the office of the First Lady or not, whatever it is that is a budget line item under your ministry should take full responsibility and ensure that whatever it is that is done, you have records on them. The impression that is attached to the office of the First Lady, I don't think it's something that should be presented at this level. It's not tenable at this level. The ministry should be able to give full account, because when monies were released, they were not released to the office of the First Lady. It was released to the ministry to procure and engage a contractor to execute. So you should take full responsibility of how the monies were expended. Whether or not the monies were released or have been released yet is immaterial. But everything that is in your budget, take full control and full responsibility of it. That's the message.
Thank you very much.
So I'm saying, as if there is a target. You people are not being fair to me, because you can't jump into
Minister,
something.
what do you want? What do you want?
Allow me to speak.
Speak. We have been asking you to speak. You say you don't
won't
know.
allow me when I start to speak. You won't get me to speak.
But I'll go straight to the issue at hand. We don't want to take us
why
around.
jump to that particular issue? These are what contract has not been given. They have not done anything. Money has not been paid. Why this? Why is it? Is it a trap?
That what?
Is it a trap? Is it a trap?
Thank you very much, Madam Two States. Honorable Minister, this committee you are seeing here, I believe, if you can recall vividly, we are trying to help or to save the ministry and Nigeria at large on the disappointment that we expect will happen in this country. Why? Because I say we are trying to help you or to help the ministry. I hope the minister can listen to me. I'm not targeting for any negative meaning. So what I said, Madam Minister, this committee, as you are seeing here, it has been mentioned severally. We are not here to hunt anybody. We are trying to intervene as Nigerians representative. You are representing a particular portion of this country who are equally appointed or elected to come and represent Nigerians. This representation is to safeguard, to protect the interests of Nigeria. This issue of contractors today, it has started for long. Even from Sokoto, I have somebody whom their ministry is owing huge amount of money. So contractors gathered to hear and report this issue. We are not saying we are going to capture the money immediately to you, but where is the money in order to save this ministry for embarrassment? Because I believe as a Nigerian, where you see what is going on in Nigeria, these contractors can start to organize themselves and storm into your ministry. But I believe if there is any meaningful explanation in this, in the National Assembly, we will definitely solve this problem and you will sleep with two eyes on your bed. So try to, we are not here to withstand you in any way, but let us understand what we are doing.
Everybody here knows that our ministry is, we don't have funds. We are underfunded. I came here, immediately I assumed office. I met no penny in that ministry, but I must have to deliver something in 100 days as the target, deliverable target. And I came to our chairman, I explained my predicament to her, and she said they were going to help us to get funds. At the end of the day, it did not work. At the end of the day, it did not work. We are underfunded. There are so many things that come into that ministry, like travels that you'll be ordered from the presidency to go. You have to fund it from the ministry when it was not appropriated for. And those things must be done. That was why some of these issues came up. And that's one of the reasons we have on ongoing projects funds for 2024. If not that they didn't release these monies on time, all these things would have been a thing of the past. I expected that a good understanding, knowing what the Minister of Women Affairs has been going through, I'm going out of my way to make sure with the directors and the PAMSEC that we achieve something for Nigerian women, knowing how they are suffering. Everybody is suffering, we know that, but we are all from that APC party and the government at large working towards solving these issues. So I was thinking that what we came here to do, how do we solve the problems? Because we are not here, how do we solve the problems? And I have a solution. I have a solution to how we solve the problems. The director, I have a solution to how we solve this problem. When those their contracts were awarded, I was not there. It was awarded about around March to May, and I was not there. But when I came in, like I said, I met no money. I must have to look into things before we forge ahead. And I saw so many things that does not concur with the renewed hope agenda that I was brought in to do the work. I called them and we changed the narratives. We've been doing so many works that are not just contracts. And I was thinking with time, we'll organize ourselves and pay them. So the machines we have supplied and all that, nobody misappropriated any money, not to my knowledge. But I know there are so many things like this this year now, they put only 9 million for my travel. But how many times have I gone on official travel directed that from President?
Honorable Minister, you are going off. I wanted to allow you. Please.
I referenced the contract.
Please.
I did.
I didn't interrupt you. Just hold on, please. Honorable member, please go ahead.
You know, Nigeria are not daft. Even the more you talk, the more you open the can of worms. Because no, let me please hold on. The question we have to
don't interrupt anybody when they are speaking, please.
You did not answer this question. You are saying what you are. When even the issue of contractors has not come up yet. We've not asked question on that. The first question, the honorable member, you did not answer that. If you are saying you try your best to, the money this contractor, I want to make reference to what you have said now because I just picked from what you have said. If you say the contractor deliver their jobs and there is no money, Has they not paid the money to the ministry's purse? Where is the money? What did you use the money for? Did you use the money for the project that's supposed to be used for?
That is the question. Please,
please answer the people here. You are talking to Nigeria. You need to calm down.
I'm being restricted.
Just calm yourself down and make sure that you, because the more you go to different angles, you bring more issues. Nobody is saying you are not working. Nobody is saying you are working. If you are saying that the project they've done, you allocated the job to people, they have done it. Have they paid from the Accountant General Office to your ministry? If they are paid, what did you use the money for? That you did not pay their money.
To the ministry, if they have released the money to the Accountant General's office has released the money to the ministry, where is the money? That's the question.
Fortunately, we came with the details. How monies were paid, who it was paid to, we came with it and it has been submitted.
No,
so
please.
Let's refer to that.
The question is, the monies for these contractors, 2023,
yes,
was the money appropriated for released to the ministry's account, yes or no?
The money that
yes
was
or no?
I cannot answer
yes or no. That is the question. Was the money released to the ministry's account? Yes or no? From the Accountant General.
Yes or no.
Okay, don't worry.
Because the money was not fully released. The money was not fully released.
Please, thank you. Please. The money, sorry, please. The monies that was appropriated for 2023 from the Accountant General's office, was it released to the account of the Ministry of Women Affairs? Yes or no?
Only.
The money, sorry, please. The monies that was appropriated for 2023 from the Accountant General's office, was it released to the account of the Ministry of Women Affairs? Yes or no?
Only.
Percent. What was this used for?
The details are in the jacket. Okay, the details, date by date, cover by cover. Okay, you know it's about 260 pages. Except you want me to start reading it. The executive summary is what we have as the cover note. It's there on the jacket, inside the jacket. It's from page 1.
We were told. Can you tell us what you used the money for? We want to know. Nigerians want to know.
Okay, ma. There was a payment of for refund of activities surrounding the one-stop center, that is shelter in Kurudu, Abuja. There was also payment. You know this is the breakdown. The voucher will show the total amount, but you know, from the letter we got, you wanted the breakdown, not the voucher. So, there is, but it's multiple. No, I have, but you don't charge one appropriation vote to one voucher. They come in multiple vouchers as the activities go on. Okay. Okay, ma'am.
You are the Chief Accountant of the Ministry of Women Affairs. Still there you are a minister. So the committee ought to know the total release you have received for your contractors, the installation used for those contractors. After completing their job, the payment will not be done to them. So when you receive money from finance, there will be a document that sent from the Minister of Finance to you, who are supposed to deliver that into the committee. Thank you.
At this session, DFA, last week, when we had this kind of session with you, you remember vividly well. Madam Minister, it would be very good that you listen, because we were not here last week. And your staff and directors, they said a lot of things that because we were not here, it will be good for you to listen. So let me recap on some of the things they were saying. The DFA made us to understand that his principal, you, are the one that directs him on the contractors to pay. You said principal. You said your principals are the ones that direct him to pay or not to pay. And then who are his principals? That automatically means you and the PAMSEC. And the PAMSEC also made us to understand that he was newly posted to the ministry. So he could be aware of some of the things that took place when he came on board and not prior to his coming on board. So now, we're talking about the contractors who are crying out for help. And the contractors who had executed their jobs, that wrote these petitions, that were not paid. And he said his principals asked him not to pay. Now, out of the 1.5 billion, 500 million naira received and has been released to the ministry in 2023, why was this fund misappropriated and used for payments that were not even, for contracts that were not captured in the 2023 appropriation bill? Also, he made us to understand that it is only this, either you or he or the PAMSEC, that will authorize him to make these payments. Why were they not paid? As a woman, as a mother, why were these poor Nigerians? If you look at their money, 5-point-something million, even a widow is in their midst. And she was crying. Why were they not paid? When people with bogus, gigantic contract sums were paid their money. Why? Thank you.
In your document submitted to this, our committee, Honorable Minister, on the document, page 208, you made mention of spending 208. You made mention of spending 45 million naira for the New Year celebration for children New Year. I mean, is it on one occasion, or you have distributed it to, various states for children to celebrate their New Year? That is my first question. Second, you spent 20 million naira for the purchase of baby soaps, baby nets, sanitary pads, in respect of New Year again, new Year baby. Is it the single? I don't know. Is that money appropriated? And who is the lucky mother that got that sum, and where? And there are some fabulous trips. 1.5 million naira for just fueling car. I don't know, maybe is it cross country or trans-Saharan? I can't really see where 1.5 million naira will be used for fueling only one vehicle. Anambra State, 1.5 million naira is in page 141. Then there are so many spending, in appendix of your pages, unbudgeted international trips. If you check page 108, 139, 140, 156, 160, 130, 238, there are so many trips that maybe you were arguing that only you knows how you source, how to, sponsor your trips. But you made mention in this your document that there are so many trips that they might not be appropriated. So, Honorable Minister, I want you to calm down and explain to us. Just calm down. explain to us. We are all working for Nigerians, and we will support you to achieve this your renewed hope agenda. We will support you, even if it warrant for us to write to the budget ministry that your budget, you have justified to us that you need increment in your envelope. We will do that, but all we need is working synergy. Without that, if you cannot give us that space, I don't think we can work together. Like if we look at this GPMIS expenditure, you know, there is 1.5 billion naira. You know, we are just thinking there are some crony, you know, it's not well clear. So my own is for you to justify all those funds that you made mention in your document, clarify them, let's work together, let's see how we will support your ministry and, you know, the people of Nigerians. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 20, I was not there. I was attacked. Like
2023.
2020. No, you said that I said 2020, I was not there. And you said you took an excuse. I'm just trying to put some things straight. Then the contracts. On the issue of the contract, even the ones given while I was there, they have not been paid. Yes, they have not been paid. So there is no partiality here except that we are underfunded. We don't have money. They have not been paid. That's why we moved the ongoing project to this year's budget so that they will be able to pay them. Number two, I am not the chief accounting officer. I am the executive officer. And I depend on people around me to tell me how things are done in their departments. And the issue of the First Lady's office is on Airport Road, no address as it is. So I knew it was on Airport Road, but I did not start going there to start working with them or to sit down there. Then the issue of, no contract has been paid. The only money paid so far was only 30%. The other money till date has not been paid. The issue of 1.4 million for Anambra State.
Minister, 30%, is it for your recurrent expenditure or
from capital,
the contract?
From capital.
From capital,
yes,
okay.
Sir. Then the 1.4 million to Anambra State. We all know the amount air flights are. If you pay for 3 people, including myself, 1.4 million in normal circumstances couldn't even cover it. That was what he wrote there. How much is one person to and fro? And I'm allowed to go. Even then, I was allowed to go with 4 people. It's only recently the president. No, it won't be only fueling. If it's Anambra State, it can't be only fueling. It can't be only fueling because I flew. Some of my aides flew. And then
the document you submitted, maybe you haven't go through them.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
And even 1.4 million to fuel about 5, 4, 6 vehicles is still not much to go and come. Because we go with the bus, we go, my vehicle, we go, other Hiluxes, we go, pilot vehicles, some vehicles that will carry some of the directors, we go. It's still not too much to fuel a vehicle. The vehicles, you know how much fuel was costing even before now. It's only 1.4 million we're talking about.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Okay, please.
So once he agreed that orders are released, it's a logical that the order is released. However, based on procurement law, we don't release where there is no money. We don't release award where there is no money. So in most cases, we always try to confirm availability of funds before we go further. Because in line with Procurement Act, we have to take care of those funds must be available before we move. Thank you.
Yes, you made
up to the tune of only 25%.
We know it was only one item that was not released. No. We know.
That one item, how I hope I will get the document specifying that, because I read out the explanation of each warrant. 2 of them that came last year. One before I joined the ministry, one after I joined. the description is being released of capital cash needs for the ministry. It didn't say except Nigeria for Women project. I've been emphasizing this, but you know, understanding differs. There is no document you lay your hands on now that we say that monies released last year excluded Nigeria for Women project. That is why we are having this problem.
You are still not ready to answer the question the way you should. Permanent Secretary, please, can you tell us why these contractors have not been paid?
Vice and members, I think I wish that we had brought the Accountant General's office here so that they can address the budget subheads that were released, because now it becomes a bit dicey. Like I said, let me also place it on record. I only resumed in February. This whole thing happened last year, 2023. And all these issues, I met them when I resumed. So I am not in the position to say what was or wasn't. But like we agreed at the last meeting, there were major subheads, out of which some monies were released. And then part was not released. And the DFA has made a very fundamental statement now, which says that the warrants that he got only said capital needs, and it did not specify. Now let us put that on one end. What we might now need to do is to find out from the Accountant General what specific budget subheads for 2023 did you release. If we have the warrants stating clearly what was or wasn't released, then they make our job easier. And then that way we can say X was released, but was not paid. Because if we put that together with what the procurement officer said, please, can we have one house? If we put that together, please, with what the procurement officer said, he said, by law, letters are not awarded for contracts until funding is available. We all know that as a procurement rule. And he is insisting that these monies were available before those letters were awarded in 2023. But now we also need to juxtapose that with the comments of the DFA that says the releases he got did not specify what projects they were exactly for. So I think for us to make a very objective assessment of the situation here, we might need to see these warrants. What exactly was the funding released for? Because we know that about 70-something% was not released, and the amount for Nigeria for Women project was that same amount that wasn't released. But then there is no warrant. So if we can get that warrant that tells us precisely what was released, I believe that will help us to go forward with this.
Okay, thank you. Let the deputy speak.
And today you have deviated. You have deviated because you did say, yes, there was release of money, and you take instruction from principal. And there and then, I confronted permanent secretary. He said he was not in the known. And I still making my statement that you are running the ministry with your minister. Both of you will be
I take exception to
that. Please don't interrupt, honorable member. Don't interrupt.
Take exception to this.
Don't interrupt, honorable member.
Kind of allegations.
Please let us, honorable minister, calm down. Honorable minister, calm down. Honorable minister, calm down.
Repeating what I said. I confronted the permanent secretary and the DFA last week Thursday. I'm still alive talking. You did say it's what they approved to you. I said, Mr. Pam said, what happened? You are not in the known. I said, look, I was twice commissioner in my state, and the accounting officer is the permanent secretary. Please, you people should work with the permanent secretary. Didn't I say so, Mr. DFA? I am still saying it because from the revelations, what's coming out is one-man show. One-man show you people are doing, two-man show.
Can I talk since you
say things without facts?
Please, honorable minister, we will call you when you have to come. Just calm down. Don't worry, you will talk. You will have your time. You will have your time. Honorable minister, you will have your time. You will have your time.
Yes, no fairness here. It's a trap. It's a trap, but I'm not going to jump into it.
Thank you, Chairperson.
I will not jump into the trap.
Please,
Chairperson, thank you.
I fear nothing. I've stolen nothing.
Honorable Minister, you will have your time to talk.
Tampered with anything. That's why I not fear anybody. I'm not
Honorable Minister, Honorable Minister.
Honorable Minister, we are working with records. We are working with records. We are working with records.
Yeah, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, hold on. Chairperson, seriously, Chairperson,
Honorable Minister,
not be accused here. I cannot be accused and I keep quiet.
Honorable Minister, I think the committee is being so... your ministry and shout at you the way you're doing. You need to appreciate the standing of this institution in our nation today. No one of us will come to your office and shout the way you're doing. I'm being very, very honest and truthful to you. Let me land. I understand that you're new in government. When I came in and I saw Ambassador Duda, I was a little at ease because I know him. He may have forgotten me, but I know him when he was Permanent Secretary for Foreign Affairs. And I know him to be a PAMSEC that knows his onions. So I expected that this would be a lot.
Honorable colleague, I'm sorry to cut you short. Yeah. I'm sorry. It seems the Honorable Minister does not want to calm down. She doesn't want us to go to the root of this matter. She's challenging the committee. She's, being rude to even honorable members. And this is very insulting and highly unacceptable. You are interrupting honorable members when they are speaking. We are still here. I told you you will have your ground to speak. And in view of this, honorable members, I cannot be here and allow the honorable minister to insult any member of this committee. We are going to adjourn Synodal, and I hope that by the time we call the honorable minister again and this team to come together, we'll be able to behave yourself. We are going to have a report to the leadership of the House that the honorable minister is not allowing us to do our job. She's interrupting. She's not answering the questions the way she ought to. And the records that we have is what we are speaking to. We have not manufactured any record here. Everything that we have here, they are from your ministry. We are only asking you to account for the monies that was paid to you. And you are speaking about monies that was released. We are all aware that the only item that was not released is that single last item. That 10 billion, over 10 billion item. We are all aware. We don't want anybody to come here to play on our intelligence. We are only concerned about these poor Nigerians, that their monies are being withheld, that are being misappropriated to pay some other contractors for other projects that we are not appropriated for. This sitting is hereby adjourned Synodal. Thank you very much.